Okay, good evening to you all. Today is day two of this capacity building training for 1,000 Nigerian civil servants on ICT. And like always, we are going to start by showing our outlines, which that is what we are to cover for the day. So today is day two. We'll have a recap on day one. That is what we discussed yesterday. And also we are going to look at the importance of computer, uses of computer, components of computer, computer memory, question and answer, and then we have conclusion and call it a day. So if you can recall yesterday, we have introductory session together across all the participants or with all the participants of this capacity building training. And we talk about things that you need to expect. We talk about why you need to learn IT skills. And I talk about a lot of different reasons why this IT skills is for you. Not only because you are a civil servant, even because you want to become, someone else, someone independent, someone relevant, and the rest of the things that I've mentioned yesterday. And I said the skills are skills that will help you within your service, yes, and even beyond your service, yes. So I talk about that, and I also talk about the duration. And after the duration, I talk about things that you need to adhere to or to adopt. That are the best practices that I advise you to, followed throughout this 40 days that we are going to be together. I'm not the one supposed to hold you a class, and I will see if he is available. I'll allow him to take over and continue with your class. Okay, so these are all what we discussed yesterday. The sole aim and the rest I've already talked about that. So let's move and talk about the importance of computer. Even though we're supposed to learn what is computer, but I don't want us to talk about that. What is computer is something you are all familiar with. Even if you are not, if you learn it today, you can be able to, uh, you know, uh, explain what you understand about computer. And I don't normally talk about what is computer. So, importance of computer is just here. We mentioned some few, and if you can recall what we discussed yesterday on why you need to learn IT skills, please, that alone is something that will help you to understand what computer is all about. So, for me to even tell you the importance of it, think of what we discussed yesterday about the things that you need to, why you need to learn it. It's your productivity, accuracy, timeliness, independency, relevancy, and there are lots of things that they are all importance of computer. And of course, speed and accuracy, efficiency, connectivity, storage, accessibility. All these are part of the uses and importance of computer. So I'll just talk about few out of this. Issue of speed and accuracy, we all know that. Efficiency, connectivity, storage. Yeah, we can store a lot of things. Accessibility. Please, that there are a lot of importance to attach to computer. But what I want you to know is why you need to learn computer. I told you yesterday, whenever you're going to learn computer, learn it, in tailored to whatever you want to learn to have relevancy with what you are doing. That's all what you need to know. So the importance of it is always, related to you. So as a educationist or someone within educational sector, computer will help you a lot to do a lot of things. So there are lots of importance to that. Speed and accuracy, of course, it will help you to fast track a lot of things. We can talk about result of people. You have 200 students, you can get their result within, you know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, you can all have their result. That why I even talk about this report sheet that is ongoing within schools. Report sheet, no, I wonder in this 2024, there are lots of classroom teachers that are writing result with their, bare hands, which is somehow, that's not how it's supposed to be. Nobody should write anybody's result in 2025. You automate that. We even automate report sheet now. We automate everything. You don't need to write anything by yourself. The remark, even the remark you are going to write for student on student report sheet, you need to, you all you need is to automate it. So anything that speed and accuracy is something that one of the importance that if you look at it from the educational aspect, you will know that computer has that important. So there are many things on this, and please, all the explanation towards this, maybe tailor them to education. So let's move and look at all these uses. You see, there are a lot of things we can use it for: education, business, healthcare, banking, communication. There are a lot of things we can use it. So, like I said yesterday, computer is applicable across everywhere. This use is that why we mentioned almost all the sectors, not only these that we mentioned. The list is, you know, is much. So it's a very long list. Computer, you can apply it anywhere. That's why computer skills is for everybody. Not only me, not only you, it's for everybody. But like I said, what you want to learn it for is what matter. Where you want to tailor the skill, that what matters. What you need to learn, and that what matters. So for you as educationist, you focus more on what you need. And believe me, you are one of the people that need computer most in today's, the way today's things are going. You are the one that need computer most. Even this that we are holding, all the virtual classes now that are ongoing, you're supposed to learn how to do that. There are a lot of online courses that people are even teaching and making money from. Now, when I see, I'm sorry to say this, I know there are a lot of lecturers that register, but I saw lecturers fighting for minimum wage and things. I just laugh and say, why? These people, they have a lot of things to do, to teach a lot of people and make a lot of money without even relying on the salary. Because, of course, the career of education, normally teaching especially, it's not a career for you to, as a to make it as a maybe business. It's for you to make it as something, helping the humanity. And if you want to make money, then you need to do it privately. You need to do something else. That public sector that you are in is for you to help people to become something. But you can, become a consultant on a lot of things. You can teach people, hold your virtual classes, sell your courses, online courses, do a lot of things, create a lot of templates, do a lot of, there are many things you can do, which as in someone who is within the educational sector, you can make a lot of money when you can do that. So you can use computer almost in any profession. You can use it. So the next thing we will talk about, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take all this class, uh the entire class. I think the one who's supposed to take the class is ready. So I'll find just a juncture so that I will give it to him to take over and continue. And I believe he's here with us. Where is CD? I believe you are here. Are you here with us in the chat, please, so that I will explain the components, then I will allow you to continue. I think after component, what else? So that he will take over. Okay, so let's talk about the components of computer. After understanding the importance and uses of computer, you need to understand the components. Components are what made up of a computer. That's what components of computer are. These are the things that computer. The entire computer is categorized into these two components: hardware part of it and the software part of it. I want you to understand this. A lot of people didn't understand that computer is of these two types. And one is doing something, the other also is doing something. Not knowing this is what gives a lot of people the notion that they think computer can do almost everything. There are a lot of things that computer cannot do. So these components, you need to understand them today. We have the hardware part of it and we have the software part. The hardware are the physical components of computer. Anything that is physical components of it is a hardware of computer. the physical components, something that you can touch. That is the visible components of it. When we talk about the software, we are talking about the abstract components of computer, abstract part of computer, invisible part of computer, things that you cannot touch them, but you can interact with them. Now you are all seeing my screen. You saw components of computer with a picture, with everything. That's the work of the software part of it. But this that you are seeing is displaying to you via a hardware part of it. Because I have a screen. If you don't have this screen, maybe someone smashed this screen. You cannot see that. So computer works with these two, the software part and also the hardware part of it. So you should understand this. Now, the hardware support the software, and also the software support the hardware. Sometimes there will be no hardware without the software, but there will be a software of computer without the hardware. Please, you should understand this. Hardware cannot function without software because they are meant to help software function. But software can function without a hardware. Please understand this. Software can function without a hardware. And whenever you hear software, we're talking about the codes written, all the programs of the computer, the applications, and a lot of things. That's why we have different types of this software. We have the application software of computer, and we have the system software. So the application software are the interactive software, are the software that we used, which normally we can call it maybe the Chrome, with the Microsoft Word, the Opera, the other thing, and a lot of things that we are using. That's the application software, like the program software part of computer. And we have the system software of computer. And this system software, they are the core software that help the system to work, to even function. Now, if your computer doesn't have system software, it will not work at all. The computer cannot work because there is no system software in it. One of the example of this system software is Windows. Windows is a system software. And that's not the only one that we have, but we are used to Windows. We have Linux. Linux is one of the system software of computer. Even the day before yesterday, someone was asking me, you want to learn Linux software, system software. Of course, you need to learn it. The way you learn Windows or the way you are going to learn Windows now, all what we are going to teach you is on Windows. You need to learn other system software of computer because you cannot work with Windows. There is Ubuntu. You cannot work with Ubuntu system software of computer. You cannot. There is also Mac OS. Mac OS is another operating system. That's why system software some people call them system software, or you'll hear people calling them OS or operating system software. So that's the name of them. They have two names, so you can hear other people call them that. So Mac OS also, that is the Mercury operating system, is another, example of system software. So system software, computer cannot work, cannot function without system software. Entirely, in its entirety, computer cannot work without, system software. But it can work. It can work without application software. So just because I don't have Chrome on my computer is functioning, is working. Just because I don't have Microsoft on my computer will work. But if I don't have system software, the computer entirely cannot work. You must have system software on every computer for it to work. Let me say this here. That's one of the reasons why a lot of systems, if you see your system is not working fine, most of the problems of computer is not hardware problems. It's a software issues. So don't always, that why people will just take their, system to a repair place or somewhere for repairing. At the end of the day, they will just, waste your time, spoil your laptop, and do a lot of things for it. Because some issues related to computer, almost a lot of issues, that is about 80% of issues of computer are all software issues. The hardware issues of computer are related to when maybe you come and saw your screen, someone smash your screen. That's it. Or sometimes your system fall and the screen is working perfectly, but your hard drive was maybe was not where it's supposed to be. Maybe it's removed. So you need to place it back to its place. Or maybe your RAM has some issues. You need to just open the computer and just place back the RAM where it is, it will work. So most of the time, issues of computer is a system problem. It's a system software issues. Maybe it's your Windows that is outdated. Maybe it's your window that corrupted. Maybe it's your files that is corrupting a lot of issues. Maybe there are many things. It's just related to that. It's not everything that is related to, to hardware. So issue of hardware is when your hard drive, like I said, crashed, or maybe your RAM is maybe removed from where it's supposed to be on your computer or something like that, or your screen, somebody smashed your screen. That's when, you need to, um, that's the only where you need to have this issue of hardware issues. So please understand the difference between these two. When you have issue of software and when you have issue of hardware. So I talk about software, the system software, and I also talk about the application software. These are the two components that you need to understand uh, that computer have, and they are what made up of a computer. So the next thing that we are going to talk about, okay, is the hardware, which we already talked about the hardware. So just have the the examples of it. All they are there: the speaker, the monitor, keyboard, all these, the hard disks, sound card, VGA card, RAM, all these are the hardware part of computer. They are the hardware components. And most of the time, this hardware, like I told you, most of the time, if you see issue, it's difficult for you to have issues related to that. But if you have any issue related, all you need is to replace them. All you need is to replace them. Once you replace them, you are done and you are okay. You don't need anything else because you can buy it. You can buy them anywhere. If you want to buy them, you can go anywhere and buy them. And let me say this: some of these hardware that you are seeing, they have a lot of codings in them. Some of them, so they are not just empty physical things that you are seeing. They are not just like that. So you purchase them; they were programmed already. So all you need is to place them in your computer and they will function. So you have the input devices and output. So it's part of what we are going to discuss today, the input and output devices. So I think I will stop here. Maybe I will listen to some of your questions because we have 2 minutes to go and you are to resume. You are to reconvene after these 2 minutes so that you continue from this hardware and input. You will continue from input and output devices. So please, if you have a question, drop your question. Maybe based on what I just said, because I'm leaving and CD is taking over. So please, if you have any question, you said it, then I will allow you to continue. Or maybe let me continue because we have input. So for the input devices, let me talk about input and output because I saw that you have a brainstorming session. So when you come back, you can start with brainstorming before you move to the next part of the class. So the input devices, let me just talk about input devices and let these 2 minutes that left. Input devices are devices we use, are the hardware components that we use to enter data in a computer or to enter any instruction in a computer. So these are the physical component we use to enter information into a computer or to enter data. Whenever I say data, I mean information. Please, if you hear data, we mean information, not MTN or Airtel data. We mean information. So input devices are used to insert information into computer, to insert a data, or to insert a command, or to insert an instruction into a computer for processing. So there are lots of these input devices that we used. For example, we use scanner to scan a document. When we scan the document, we input a particular document into a computer. We use keyboard, we use touchpad, we use joystick, we use a lot of different tools to enter something into a computer. So that's input devices. For the output devices, we use them to, is a also hardware component. All this input and output are all hardware components of computer. So we use this output for us to have something out of the computer. That's what we use to have something out of the computer. A clear example is monitor is displaying information for us. Printer is bringing out a document for us. Projector, we project something using a projector. So these are the output hardware components of computer. Yeah. Smash your screen. That's when you need to um that's the only where you need to have this issue of hardware issues. So please understand the difference between these two.
Hello, can you hear me, please? Can we continue? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just continue.
Okay, am I sound unclear, please?
Yes, sir, you're communicating.
Okay, so thank you very much. I'm very sorry for our network issue. We have a bad network issue, and it's seriously affecting us. We are very sorry for that.
Okay, no problem. You can continue now.
Okay, so now, first of all, as our Oga started to explain about hardware and software. So, to talk about hardware, we already knows that hardware refers to the physical, touchable parts of computer. That is, without hardware, there is no computer. It's just like a skeleton and muscles of the system. So let's imagine a human body. Your brain, hands, legs, and eyes are all physical that you can touch. Similarly, in a computer, that.
Hi. You
Hello,
can
how?
continue now. We're all here now.
So am I okay now?
We're all here now. Yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying, I encourage everyone here, please pretend like you know nothing about computers for now. Why I say so? Because when we start from the basic step by step, you will enjoy the learning process, and you will see how even the simplest concept computer to connect advanced ones. And I promise you, by the end of this time of these sessions, we will get when we get into practicals, many of you will say, "Wow, this is easier than I thought." So relax, participate, and let's enjoy the journey altogether. So I think the network when I was having a network issue, our boss talked from hardware and software, right?
I
If
think
I'm
input and output devices.
okay, he moved to input and output devices, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
you start from input and output device.
No, he talked about input. The main, he did not explain output yet.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, he explained inputs.
Yeah, he explained input, but he did not explain output. He
Okay,
wanted to
so
start
Yes,
and
he's only explained input now.
no
He's
problem.
only
yeah,
explained input. Yeah, you can
Okay,
explain
so no
output.
problem. No problem. Let me continue from where he stopped. So to talk about input devices. Normally, input devices used to enter data into the computer. I adjust what we use all the devices that we use to put an information into the computer. For example, keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, and even the webcam. So when you
Yanzu
type
za
on
ka
keyboard or click a mouse, you are giving instruction to the computer.
To wai kuma ka tafiya ba za ta yi ba, Adam ma mushi zai zo tare da ni. Ya shigo da mota. Okay, ya dawo?
Please,
Phoebe, can
please
you
mute
please
yourself.
mute them?
Mansur Ibrahim, please mute.
Please unmute yourself now.
Please mute yourself,
Please,
Mansur.
Siri, you can
I'm
you can unmute all of us. Then,
okay.
yeah, you can mute all of us now.
All right. Okay. As I was saying, when you type on a keyboard or click a mouse, you are giving an instructions to the computer. So in schools, when students write CVT exams, the keyboard is used to
Allah
type answers, and the mouse is used to what select multiple choices options. So if you can see, without input devices, the computer will have no idea of what we want it to do. So that is through input devices that we can use to input information or to give an information or an instructions to the computer. So all these things is called what? Input devices, keyboard, mouse, scanner, and all these devices that we can use to input information, give an instructions are called input devices. So now to talk about the output devices. So to talk about the output devices, and output devices,
Yes, continue.
as we can see from the definition, an output device is any hardware component that allows the computer to communicate results, process data or information. So back to the user in a what usable form. Above are examples of the what output devices. So devices that show results after the computer processes data. Example, the monitor, printer, projector, and speaker. So now when you connect your phone with speaker, once you press a play, it will what? Start giving out the sound. That means what? You imputed an information, and then what? The result that gives it called output. So the devices that give such results are called output devices, like monitor. It displays us what we all the information from the computer. Writes likewise the printer. Once we typed, and then we want to have a physical copy of what we have, we can use what the printer to also get the information. So when you print your exam results, that is output from the computer. So in education, output devices make learning visible. For example, a projector displays what PowerPoint slides in its class. So helping hundreds of students to see one screen. Speakers make it possible for learners to hear even the audio. So as you can see here, we have a what monitor from the display. We have a printer. We also even have a what projector. All these are the what examples of what output devices. Hello, can you hear me, please? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. This network is bad from my end. So now, let me ask you a little question. Let's brainstorm
Okay.
ourselves. So, photocopy machine, that is photocopy machine, is fall under which category? Is it an input device or is it an output device?
Output device.
Device.
Output device.
Okay, output device. What about the keyboard?
Keyboard is also is output device.
Device.
Also an output
Keyboard.
It's an
device.
input device.
You say?
Keyboard is an input.
Okay, so
It's
keyboard
an
is an
input
input.
Keyboard
device.
is an input device.
So, okay, now, so what of
Yes.
microphone?
Yeah,
So now
well,
all of us, we have been
Output
connected
device.
through microphone. We have been communicated through microphone. So microphone falls under which category? Is it an output device or an input device?
Output device.
No. It can never be output
output.
device.
Input.
It's input.
Ahead, as we
Input
explained
data.
before, input devices are the devices that we can use to what? Give an instruction to the computer. You understand? So microphone what carry out our voice into the computer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So once you can
Input device.
categorize both the input and the output devices, you are good to go. So now why my photocopier is an output device? Because a photocopy machine falls under a category of what? Input devices. Because
Printer.
what?
Output. It
It's
display.
inputs. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay, continue.
So likewise, under the output devices, in education, output devices make learning visible. For example, a projector displays PowerPoint slides in a class. It means what? It's helping hundreds of students to see on one screen. So speakers make it possible for learners to hear audio lessons. So having such devices will make our learning and education easier. So now I think we are done with our computer software hardware. Now we are moving to computer software. So
Question, sir. I have a question, sir.
Can you
My
please hold
question.
on? When it's time for you to ask question, you ask, please. The class is still going on.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah.
You can draft the questions on the paper now. Then when he's done now, then you can ask now.
Please, you guys should stop interrupting the class.
hello,
Stop interrupting the class.
hello, can you hear me, please?
Didi, can you please mute everybody?
Okay.
Continue, sir.
Okay. So as I was talking about the computer photocopy machine, so my network got a little bit